So, Adam, it is an incredibly busy time of year. We know the Heels have a big basketball game, 4 o'clock on Saturday against NC State in the Smith Center, but to think that is the only action would be a fallacy. What else is happening in the land of Tar Heelia?
If there's not something you like in Chapel Hill this weekend, I can't help you.
Yeah, and that's a really good point that Adam just made. So many of these things are at home.
Listen to this.
So many are at home.
I challenge you to find one of these games and think, you know what? I've been meaning to go watch fill-in team. I'm going to do it this weekend because you've got so many options. Starting with softball, Circle Heels. Now, the Revolutionaries aren't here this weekend, which I know we're all disappointed about.
That's a bummer.
You know who is here? Rutgers. Friday at 2 o'clock at Anderson Field. And then also Ryder.
Well, that's like an invitational that the Heels are hosting, correct?
The Mizuno Invitational. Yeah. Circle Heels play Rutgers at 2 and then Ryder at 4:30. Both those are at home.
Can I just mention, I don't know if other people call the softball team the Circle Heels. We randomly came up with that in the baseball press box like a decade plus ago when we were calling the games. And because the baseball team is so well known as the Diamond Heels because they play on the diamond. And so somehow we then started calling softball the Circle Heels because, of course, you pitch in the circle in softball. I don't know if other people call them that, maybe I'm rewriting history, but I fully believe that's why you and I call them that.
I do believe that is why we call them that. Yeah. And I also believe I don't care if anyone else calls them that because everyone knows who we're talking about when we say it.
Circle Heels.
If it hasn't caught on by now, that's the fault of everyone else, not of us. We came up with a great name.
Guys, stop trying to make fetch happen. It's just
Speaking of that, the Netter Heels.
Okay, keep going, Adam.
Men's tennis at home, 4 o'clock on Friday against Georgia Tech. That's at
the Racket Heels. You talking about the Racket Heels?
That's the same exact time that the Diamond Heels are going to have first pitch against Princeton. That's, of course, also at 4 o'clock. And then tonight, Lax Heels, 8 o'clock, under the lights against that same Princeton squad. All of Princeton's coming down to Chapel Hill.
This is men's lacrosse?
Yes.
Okay.
Men's lacrosse, 8 o'clock tonight against Princeton. So that's your Friday options.
Whew.
Don't worry, there's more on Saturday. Women's golf decided to be different. They're playing in Gainesville. Can't everybody be in Chapel Hill at the same time. Women's lacrosse, big game on Saturday against number 5 Notre Dame. That game's at 11 a.m., so you could do that and basketball against Notre Dame. T-shirt giveaway. It's a block party. All kinds of things going on at Dorrance Field. Softball, back in the circle.
Yeah.
11:30 against the Roll Humps, Campbell.
Wow.
That's also part of the Mizuno Invitational, as Jones pointed out. Women's tennis, Wagon, at the Tuning Tennis Center, Saturday, noon.
Adam's now just yelling buzzwords for every team that he knows.
Yes.
Softball, Circle, Campbell, women's tennis, Wagon.
It's like we're on $25,000 pyramid. I shouldn't have said Wagon. That gives it away.
Adam, this team is a Wagon.
I'm a team that has Fiona Crawley. I win national championships. All my players are nice. So is the coach. What women's tennis might say.
Yes.
Women's tennis, noon, Boston College on Saturday. Back at Boshamer Stadium for more baseball on Saturday. That one's at noon against Princeton. Softball, another matchup with Ryder Saturday at 2 o'clock.
Coming for you, Ryder.
Busy Saturday of Tar Heel action, followed by a busy Sunday because women's tennis will be back at Tuning Tennis Center Sunday at 11 a.m. against Syracuse. Men's lacrosse back at Dorrance Field against Penn. That's Sunday at noon. Baseball also at noon, finishing up the series against Princeton. Gymnastics on the road in a quad meet in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Quad. Who else is in that? I'm guessing Nebraska.
Southeast Missouri State, Illinois State, and Nebraska. That's the Nebraska quad meet is what we like to call it.
Okay.
Another chance to see softball on Sunday. Look, when softball's going to play, they're going to play like 10 games.
Yeah, they'll just play 50 games.
They've
already played like 15.
Yeah.
At this point, right?
And been very successful doing it.
Yes, I think they're 13-2. I think that's right.
Softball plays Lafayette Sunday at 2 o'clock. Men's tennis back at the Tuning Tennis Center on Sunday at 2 o'clock against Clemson. And then big time sold out women's basketball game on Sunday at 4:00. The Blue Devils are coming to town.
Woo!